Hello and welcome to In the Know, where we provide the industry with key guidance on using the government's business support schemes set up in response to COVID-19, our analysis of key trends, new technologies, and how to maximize the effectiveness of your operation. This week's episode is sponsored by Canon, who are an amazing organization dedicated to raising the tide for print and educating major print buying markets about the ingenuity and creative power of our industry. You can find out all about their amazing range of technology and business support tools at the link below. Later in the bulletin, Jim Nichols at the Magic Touch about the boom in personalized promo print. Discover how to create and sell value with digital print. Vivid are a cut above with new technology. Antalis drives creativity, innovation and inspiration. And Nettl Scholarship extends a helping hand to students. So, before we kick things off, we at the IPA and our sister association, the BAPC, would like to extend our thanks to hundreds of you that have attended our new bi-monthly free business networking event, the IPIA Big Breakfast. Hosted on an advanced platform called Remo, it allows printers, print buyers and suppliers to come together for an hour of high quality networking from 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning every other Wednesday. There is also a 10-minute shot of inspiration and education during our 10-minute freshly juiced speaker segment. To find out more, head to the link on your screen now, and we hope to see you there. We would also like to urge you to continue to engage with the Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. Every week, the IPA and BAPC have a meeting with senior civil servants at BASE to feedback on the print economy and to act as a sounding board for government schemes being developed to support businesses that have been damaged by the pandemic. They have requested that you continue to email intel@base.gov.uk with details on how your business is doing, the support you need long term, and recommendations you would make to alter support schemes. We have also launched a new business impact survey with the support of BASE, so if you could afford just 5 minutes to provide us with key information via the link below, it really would make a big difference to our work to advocate for print. So, on with the show. Please make sure to assess whether you are eligible for the grant schemes on your screen now. As a reference point, thousands of print businesses and their suppliers around the UK have been assessed as eligible depending on which category you fit into. Working with hundreds of members, we have found that it remains a postcode lottery, sadly, with some councils being very supportive in administering grants quickly and fairly, whereas others are barely briefed on how to manage them. We have been effective though in assisting print businesses to access them, so no strings attached. Please do not hesitate to get in touch if we can assist you by emailing info@ipa.org.uk. The Coronavirus Restart Grant Scheme supports businesses in the non-essential retail, hospitality, leisure, personal care and accommodation sectors with a one-off grant to reopen safely as COVID-19 restrictions are lifted. Critically, this means if you have a retail aspect to your print business where customers could previously buy over a shop counter from you, for instance, you had a stationery or copy shop arm, then this grant applies to your business and you could claim up to £6,000. A new government-backed loan scheme that will run until December 31st, 2021 has been launched to provide additional funds to businesses that require bridging finance to get back on their feet following pandemic disruption. Administered by the British Business Bank, 26 lenders have been accredited, and the 80% government-backed scheme sees SME businesses able to access loans varying in size from £25,000 up to a maximum of £10 million at a capped 14.99% interest. Invoice and asset finance is also available from £1,000. The new government super deduction tax scheme could be a major shot in the arm for hard-pressed printers in need of replacing aging equipment and that have missed an investment cycle due to COVID. Full guidance is available at the link below, but essentially it works like this. For expenditure incurred from the 1st of April 2021 until the end of March 2023, companies can claim 130% of capital allowances on qualifying plant and machinery investments. Under the super deduction, for every £1 a company invests, their taxes are cut by 25p. The scheme also applies to second-hand equipment, but a reduced tax break, and also for ancillary equipment such as IT infrastructure associated with plant and machinery. So, onto our interview section of In the Know, where we are joined by Jim Nichols of The Magic Touch. Welcome to In the Know, Jim, and thanks very much for joining us. Can you let us in on the best kept secret in the print industry? Why should commercial printers be looking at diversifying into promotional and personalized print?
My belief is quite simple. If you're a printer in the paper print market, the idea of being able to produce products such as the notebook, such as the high-vis vest, the t-shirt, the polo, there's hundreds of things you can do. And you would know who would be turned on by a beanie hat as opposed to a notebook, or a mug as opposed to a t-shirt, and whatever. But if clients who are targeting customers, existing customers in particular, these products are very inexpensive. I mean, this notebook, the book itself, the transfer, £2.50, £3, less than a cappuccino in Starbucks. So the fact is, at the end of the day, companies who are proactive in targeting people, and in particular the existing client base, that's the trick. That's the idea. Being able to do something, make an effort, do something different, do something that people are not expecting, do something that exceeds people's expectations. And if you do that on a local basis, and in particular a targeted basis towards existing clients, who knows? It just, what this does, having a program where, as a printer, you've got the artwork, you've got the knowledge of the PC. Okay, you might need to buy a heat press, you might need to buy a printer. But if this printer and heat press idea is suddenly going to be very proactive in your marketing, in keeping in touch with existing clients, and indeed using the same process, using the same tactic to gain new business and create new business, that must make a lot of sense.
Can you give us a demonstration of what is involved in terms of technology and process?
Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. So this is our space control rip. So I'm just going to open a notebook file in here, which I think is one we did for you before, Brandon. So this is our space control rip. It does different things, but I put a black background on, you can see that's exactly what's going to print. Now over here, I can choose the paper I'm going to select. So Jim just showed you the box of CPM. That's the CPM 6.2. And it does all the manipulation for me here. So it mirror images it because it knows that's what I need. And it also puts the right amount of white behind. So I'm now going to print that onto the transfer paper, which is connected directly to the OP printer here. And that should print for us. And we're going to walk over to the camera 2 once this prints, and you'll see how that works. What did you do with that notebook? There we go. So there's our notebook. I'm going over here. I'm going to check the pressure on the press. So this is what we call a cover seal sponge that helps protect the notebook while it's being pressed. I'm just now going to grab my transfer, and you can probably see there. So we've got a couple of little crop marks on there, so it's easy for me to line up. I'm just going to position that using my crop marks just outside. I need a little bit of heat tape. Could you pass me that tape, Jim, please? Thank you so much. Just a little bit of tape to hold it in position. There we go. Flip it over. Sponge goes on top. And then we're at 150 degrees. And we're going to press that. We've got a 60-second wait. So that's our 60 seconds. Remove the sponge. I'm just going to remove the tape while it's still hot. Just makes it a little bit easier. then I don't know if you can see a little bit of glass there. Just going to cool it down on the glass, makes it a little bit quicker. A little bit later. And there we go.
Perfect. And that's the same press, the same heat press here to do the notebook as it is indeed all the products.
There you go.
Thanks very much for your time, Jim, and the team, and your insights. Absolutely fascinating. So, on to our weekly news section of In the Know. First up, as you get ready to make the most of the economy opening up, make sure to plan in some time to enjoy an incredible piece of educational content from Canon EMEA, which you can find at the link below. Creating and selling value with digital print explores how to create and deliver value for customers whilst unlocking the power of digital print. It is hosted by Ol Bengt Logith Mo, the founder of Momentum. With over 35 years of experience in conducting courses, training and lectures for businesses to over 350 different companies, Ol Bengt has worked with hundreds of print providers to help them realize sustainable business growth. This content will give you valuable ideas and insights exploring how to, among other things, leverage your client knowledge and print expertise to generate value for your existing and, most importantly, your new clients, understand how to sell the real value that your business can deliver, as well as recognize what type of people customers buy from and why. In addition to expert advice, you will also hear 5 practical examples of how digital print was used to deliver better value for print buyers and end users. With a dedicated aim of enabling its customers to reduce costs and diversify their offerings by bringing production processes in-house rather than outsourcing, Vivid Laminating Technologies has introduced new products to its digital cutting ranges. Following the resounding success of Vivid's VeloBlade range, the company has taken the decision to expand its digital die cutting offering with the introduction of 2 new ranges, the VeloBlade Volta and the VeloBlade Nexus. The VeloBlade Volta gives users the ability to cut anything at all, from kiss cut labels up to 10mm thickness, while the VeloBlade Nexus is a range of wide format digital die cutters comprising an optional CNC router for cuts up to 25mm. Now, whether through its training academy, support of artists and charitable projects, or its wider initiatives to educate the creative and marketing industries about the power and sustainability of print and paper, Antalis is a key advocate for the print, paper and allied industries. A fantastic example is the heartwarming story of how artist Christine Nichols reached so many with her positive daily messages to combat the often lonely road of lockdown. When Christine of Inkpot and Pen Studio went into lockdown, she started to illustrate and record daily the humorous journey of an artist's life during this time for her London apartment and gardens. Her illustrations were posted on Instagram throughout lockdown, and Christine's following absolutely exploded. In fact, they proved so popular that a book was commissioned, which was dubbed The Diary of an Artist in Lockdown, a 5-month, 400-page illustrated and hand-lettered diary. Drawing on consultancy and advice from the Antalis team, the paper stock was crucial to Chrissy, who wanted the printed book to replicate the look and feel of the original diary and sketchbook. Well done. Last, but definitely not least, when facing challenging times in the employment market, it can be difficult to know where to turn. With its wide experience of the print and design market, Nettl has reached out with the launch of its Nettl Academy Scholarship Scheme. Since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, with its attendant lockdowns, home working, social distancing, furloughs, and many other issues and regulations to contend with, increasing number of employees are facing redundancy, and entrepreneurs are having to consider the viability of their businesses. The financial pressures are often too much and have been leading to closures. In an effort to redress the balance, in September 2020, Nettl launched the Academy Scholarship Scheme, a 6-month, fully funded online training program to help designers and salespeople who have been made redundant. The syllabus includes website design, e-commerce, sales, search engine optimization, as well as the all-important project management. You can find out more at the link below and ask people to get involved. Well, thank you for watching In the Know. If you have any suggestions of content you would like us to bring you, then please do let us know by emailing info@ipa.org.uk. We at the IPA and all of our members are working together to support our industry, so please do not hesitate to get in touch with us via the details at the end of the bulletin. Stay safe and well, and we will see you on the next In the Know.